Hi, welcome back to The Bookshelf. I'm Kyle, and this is my wife, Heather, and in this episode, we're going to introduce you to a really great book, What Did You Expect? Redeeming the Realities of Marriage by Paul Tripp. Paul Tripp is one of our favorite authors, and he does so many things well. I've heard him at a parenting conference, at a counseling conference, at a conference for pastors. He's written on a variety of subjects, and you just wonder, how can Paul Tripp be an expert at everything? And the thing that he is really an expert at is he understands the heart. He understands what drives us to do the things that we do. From a biblical standpoint, he understands why we want what we want, why we do what we do. And so when he understands that, the root issue of all of our actions, the rest is just application. So out of the heart issues, we're going to get to marriage issues and parenting issues and counseling issues and all of these other sorts of issues. And so Paul Tripp is really an expert at dealing with hard issues. Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that makes this book so convicting and helpful is the theology that he builds all those applications on, that God, his theology of God, that God is present with us, that he wants to help us in our marriage, he cares about us.
That's really encouraging.
That is, that he's powerful enough to change us, and we need to be changed because we are sinners, living with sinners in a sinful world, and that's part of the unrealistic expectations that we come into marriage with, and he talks about that a lot. He really hones in on your sin, and how you need to change in marriage, and that was one thing I appreciated about the book. And also just what is marriage about? That it's about bringing glory to God. It's about our holiness. It's not all about our happiness, but primarily it's about bringing glory to God. And so he builds on that. He talks about that in the first couple of chapters, and then he talks about 6 different commitments that we make to each other. And he has 2 chapters on each commitment, and I just really liked how it was organized. That was very helpful to both of us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you think about applying this book, it's not, here are the 150 things that you need to do right now. But it's, here's the first commitment. Read these 2 chapters and begin having conversations about that. So we could read through a chapter, talk about what we're reading, how we can begin applying some of these things. And you have the opportunity to make those changes gradually. And he really motivates you to make some of these changes. I think he uses stories really well. He tells these stories in such a way that, a lot of times I walked away thinking, I don't want to get to that point. I mean, stories can a lot of times kind of detract from the focus of the book, and I think for me, the stories that he used really motivated me to see what's in my heart and to see where that could lead down the road. Maybe it doesn't seem like a big deal right now, but what kind of things is this going to lead to 10 years down the road? So we can start dealing with them now as they're little things, and we don't have to ever get to that big issue problem.
Mm-hmm. And that's part of, when I think about that, I think about the audience of the book, that sometimes we tend to think, oh, well, you're reading a marriage book because you're having marriage problems. Well, really, we all have problems. We're all sinful.
None of us are perfect.
So we all need to read marriage books. But so really the audience isn't just for, oh, you're struggling, let's read this book, but, oh, you're married, let's read this book. Yeah, and let's work on this. And Paul Tripp really pushes the dailiness of marriage, that it's a commitment we make to each other every day. And Kyle and I have talked about, our lives aren't these big moments, Paul Tripp says, it's just the mundane. So that was really helpful. It's been a really helpful book for us to read and to talk about. So we'd recommend everyone get it. Yeah. Everyone who's married, people, and then we've even talked about people who are considering marriage, because the premise of this book is that we come in with unrealistic expectations. So what better time to work on that than before?
Yeah, absolutely. We don't have to wait till we're in the marriage to kind of find out, oh no, what have I gotten myself into? You can start thinking through some of those things beforehand. Mm-hmm. So this is a really great book. Paul Tripp does a great job, really kind of helping us focus on the heart of our marriage. And so we certainly recommend this book. So pick it up and put it on your bookshelf. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. Guess what? You get to be our special guest on today's episode of The Bookshelf. So what would you like to tell everybody about this book?
Tell me. I don't know, my way.
Are you quick to admit when you're wrong?
Yeah?
Are you? Well, good.
Read this book. Yeah.
Yep. High five.
Great job, Elena. Elena, can you look at the camera? Say, thanks for watching.
This book's watching.